What up, YouTube? Today we got another small update on the 1969 Lincoln Continental. Stay tuned. Alright, I just want to do a little quick overview here. This big circular canister deal right there is one of the AC lines that went along the driver's side fender of the vehicle. It goes from the evaporator core up to the compressor. And then we have this other skinnier line. That's the end that goes to the condenser on the front of the vehicle. And then it wraps around here and it ends up at the evaporator core. Here is the expansion valve and the little sensing bulb to prevent the evaporator from freezing. So I did want to show that we got those removed from the vehicle. And then you can kind of see this is kind of the general area that they were running through. And you can see over there that the evaporator connections have been undone. And then we also got pretty much all the electrical off of the engine. And guys, isn't this amazing? This right here is all the electrical to the entire engine. That is completely unlike any modern vehicle that you will see today. And I must say, I'm kind of a fan, because this is not hard or complicated in any way whatsoever. Also went ahead and removed the carburetor linkage a little bit here. I'm in the process of getting these wiper fluid lines. Power steering is what powers the wipers on this car. So I'm trying to get those lines removed, as well as the lines here from the gearbox, just to get all that off the top of the engine, because we're trying to get prepared to pull the engine out here soon. Alright, so now we've got this power steering line out as an assembly. That end goes to the power steering pump near the front bottom of the engine, and it connects together with this other line that goes to a hose that goes to the reservoir. And both lines come up. One of them curves and goes down into the gearbox, and then this one here goes up into the wipers, and I'll show you guys what that looks like removed. So there's where we took it off at the wipers. Then of course it just kind of hangs out over here. One end goes down there to the power steering pump if it were installed, and then that's our gearbox there. And I'm gonna find something hopefully to stick in there and plug that up so we don't get a bunch of debris in there. That's where we're at now. We're getting closer and closer to getting all this crap out of the way, so stay tuned. Okay, so we have this piece right here, which if you're looking at the passenger side of the engine bay, it's going to kind of be mounted on top of the engine just like that to the air cleaner. And I've been kind of putting this off. I got the sticker off already. We need to order a new one of those. And basically this is just the intake air duct, but it also has a mechanism to let air come through normally through the front, or it can block off this passage with a little doorway inside there, and it can force air to come up through here, which is actually routed through a shroud sort of deal that goes around the exhaust manifold. So in theory it should be pulling in hot air, and it does that until the engine reaches a certain temperature, and then it will let, you know, the cooler air come through. I believe that it does that for emissions perhaps, but I'm not 100% sure. It may be just better for carbureted engines as well to have that hotter air on the intake, but I'm thinking that it's got something to do with emissions, why they put that on there. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take some graphite lube and lube up the hinge here on both sides real good, and maybe this spring a little bit. It actually goes the other way when it's opened with the vacuum, and it closes it off like that. I actually made a short about it a while back and showed that it was working. I hooked up some vacuum to it. So today I'm going to lube that up with some graphite lubricant, and then I'm going to start sanding this down and get it looking like the rest of the air cleaner assembly. Well, we got it sanded down reasonably well. There's a few spots that I unfortunately cannot get to very well with my tool. So I'm going to try to hand sand over some of that a little bit to the best of my ability, but I think that primer I've been using does a pretty good job. So hopefully any imperfections will be covered and the primer will stick to it. But I unfortunately am out of primer at the moment. Didn't realize that till just now. And this can of that paint we've been using is probably only about a third full. So I'm going to probably need to get another can of that just in case. And then another can of primer, of course. So the next step will be to get this bad boy primed and painted. And then we got to put the new sticker on there. And then I can bolt it up to the circular part of the air cleaner. Alright, we got it all primed up on both sides, looking pretty decent. So now we just need to hit it with the paint. And there it is, all painted up. Looks pretty good. Now we just got to get a new sticker to put on top of it. I kind of wanted to keep that little vacuum actuator like an aluminum color, and I may later on tape it off with some painter's tape and hit that little piece a little bit, but I may just say screw it and keep it as is. It's on the bottom, no one's gonna see it, it still works, so might just leave it alone, but brought back to its former glory. Alright, she's all finished up. Finally got that sticker in the mail today. Looks excellent. When it finally was finished up, I wasn't super impressed with it. It didn't quite have as much gloss, so I went over the top and sides of it one more time, a little bit heavier, and I think it turned out great. And that brand new sticker on there too, looking real good. I got the old one over here in little pieces. You can kind of see some of what's left. There's that FOMOCO auto light. So yeah, anyway, that's new compared to old. Definitely looks renewed for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and bolt it back on. And there it is, fully reassembled. That's the whole air cleaner assembly right there. And if you were looking at it from under the hood of the car, you'd be kind of looking at it at about this angle. Looking really, really good, I must say. Got all of the stickers replaced. The 460 Continental sticker, the maintenance sticker, and then also on the other side, I guess it's this direction, we have the auto light sticker that came on it originally as well, specifying the air filter part number, I believe. But this thing has come a long way from what it looked like when I first started working on it. So I'd be happy to have the top of the motor looking like that for sure. And that's going to be the end of the video for today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. I know it's not a huge update, but it is a beautiful one. I know we need to get some more work done on this Lincoln, and now that the weather has been improving, I plan to do just that. Still got to pull it off the trailer and get the engine pulled out so we can start rebuilding it. If you're interested in keeping up with the project, or if you missed some of the other videos, I do have all the Lincoln videos available on a playlist on my channel. If you just scroll down to the bottom, you can watch them from the very beginning when we first got this vehicle. And actually, the first video that I ever made on my channel was getting started on this vehicle right here. So this is kind of what gives me the inspiration to make videos, is to document the progress of this car. But if I didn't make some other videos, you'd only see, you know, 6 or 7 videos a year from me, and I didn't want to have a super small channel that nobody even watches. So anyway, if you guys could leave a like and a comment down below, and let me know what you think about our Lincoln project. I do know that these Lincoln views aren't really that high, but these videos will continue to get made regardless, so don't worry, those of you 13 people that are out there watching, seeing what a great job we're doing bringing this bad boy back to life. Otherwise, if you have not already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We are trying to hit the big 3,000 by the end of 2024. I'll see you next time.